Welcome to the DJ Force X podcast. I think we're on episode 13. My lucky number, but unlucky for most. But yeah, this week I have a very special guest. I have Missy Suicide. She was the co-founder of the SuicideGirls website, which if you're into the alternative scene, you'll know a lot about. If not, go check out suicidegirls.com. Leave some feedback for it if you want, or even go see them on their burlesque tour, which is coming up in September, starting on the 4th in London at the Electric Ballroom in Camden, and then going up to Scotland on the 5th at the Grand, what they call it, the Classic Grand. So go check them out. And then they're on a North American tour through September through November, stopping off at most of the major cities, including one here in St. Petersburg, Florida, which will be cool. Other than that, my radio show has now changed its name. It is now known as Crossing the Streams. It is no longer the DJ Force X show. It is Crossing the Streams. But it's on the same time, the same place as it was before. So Total Rock on Tuesdays at 11 p.m. UK time, 6 p.m. East Coast, 3 p.m. West Coast. And then also it is on the Mix Radio Network, which is themix.fm. That's THEMIXX.FM on Saturdays at 11 p.m. East Coast, 8 p.m. West Coast. So tune in via the websites or the TuneIn radio app. So anyway, on to Missy Suicide. Welcome to this week's show. I have a very special guest today. I have Missy Suicide, the co-founder of the SuicideGirls website. Welcome, Missy, and how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm really good, thank you. Yes, the weather's really nice and everything here, so doing well.
Awesome.
Just a bit of background into the SuicideGirls as a whole. It was stop me if I'm wrong on any of this information. It's just my Google foo research going on. But it was set up in 2001. Is that correct?
Yes.
So it's been going for 14 years, if my maths is correct.
Yes.
Cool. It started as a paid subscription site featuring pin-up style picture galleries, video clips of tattooed and pierced women, or alternative models, if you prefer that term, in various states of undress, but from all around the world. When
we started, there were only girls from Portland, but it quickly grew to incorporate girls from around the world.
What made you want to set something like this up?
The girls that I knew, the pierced and tattooed girls, the girls that kind of lived life by the beat of their own drummer, or to the beat of their own drummer, they were some of the most beautiful women that I could see, and they weren't being celebrated as being beautiful anywhere in the world, anywhere in media. So I wanted to create a place where they could be celebrated as being beautiful. I mean, if you can think way back to 2001,
yeah,
there were only really two types of beautiful women. There was either the stick-thin supermodel Kate Moss wafy type, or there was the buxom, silicone-enhanced, bouncing blonde Pamela Anderson type.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much it. And now we've got a third type, which is the Kim Kardashian type. But it's, in some ways equally unachievable by the majority of the world. And so I wanted to show that, real women were beautiful.
Cool. Well.
As well.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. How have you kept it going over the years? Because, people these days have shorter attention spans and they're always craving something different and new all the time. How do you keep on top of it? And how's it evolved? Has it just evolved naturally over time, or have you put wheels in motion to keep it relevant within the alternative spectrum?
I feel like, it has evolved naturally. It's, we've created our own little corner of the internet where people can come and meet like-minded people that share their thoughts and ideas. And it's a really respectful community because it is a monitored community. And so, I feel like it's a place where people can come and express themselves, and do it in sort of like a safe environment, and see hot naked tattooed girls. And so it's kind of like utopia, on the internet for the sort of tattooed scene. And so it's evolved in a lot of different ways. We've when we first launched the site, obviously it was only for computers, and now we've got a mobile version. The site is completely scalable on mobile and tablets and whatnot, and so it's evolved in so many ways. But I feel like it's still relevant, and people still need a place to connect.
No, I remember it. From many, many years ago, I was actually involved in the rock and metal scene in the UK for a good 10, 15 years. I still am, just via radio this time, but I was in a band for about 10 years, and a lot of my friends of friends had photo galleries up on your site and things like that, and just being covered in all those alternative magazines in the UK, like Kerrang, Metal Hammer, Rock Sound, Terrorizer, to name, I think those are the big four. I just like seeing it from then, and then I obviously getting in touch with you now and seeing what it's like now, and that it has turned into a community website, and it has contributing blog stories and things like that on it, rather than just the pictures.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a community since 2001. Like, we were a community before Facebook, before MySpace, before Friendster, before Twitter and Tumblr and all of that. Like, we've been a community site since day one, and so I feel like that's kind of given us, a standing and a place where that, when we first started, everybody was like, people are not going to want to share their lives online. You're crazy. And now, here we are 14 years later, and I know what you had for breakfast.
Yes, exactly. Complete with picture.
Yeah.
And sometimes videos of them eating it.
Now with Periscope, it could have actually been there.
Yes. So since that, we've since you started rising in popularity through the alternative community, you've turned it into a roadshow, a burlesque show, if you will. So when did that start?
Well, we did a burlesque show from 2002 to 2007, and it was loads of fun. It was kind of a looser form alternative burlesque show, for lack of a better term, and it was really fun. We opened for Guns N' Roses and Courtney Love, and
oh wow,
we had a wonderful time. But it was a lot of work, and we decided to take a little break and create a book. And then it was like, well, do you want to go back on the road, or do you want to do a movie? And I was like, well, let's do a movie. And so the time just kept elapsing. And then we put out a book called Heart Girls Soft Light in 2012. And we sent 2 girls on a book signing tour up and down the West Coast, where they signed just copies of the book at comic book shops. And when they got to Santa Cruz, there was 500 people outside this comic book shop just waiting to get an autograph. And so we were like, clearly people want more of a live experience. Yeah. And so it was like, it's time to get the band back together. And so we put together a burlesque show, and this time we really, in the ensuing 7 years since we had been on the road, people had really upped their burlesque game. And so, and even large scale performances like Lady Gaga, and, spectacle style.
Yeah.
And so we decided we wanted to focus on pop culture themed burlesque.
Okay.
And so our show is marries, modern music with pop culture themes and awesome costumes and insane choreography and sexy dancers. So,
yes.
Yeah.
I see you've got a tour coming up that starts in the UK. It's the Black Heart Burlesque. Is that correct?
Yes.
And it starts in my home country anyway, at the Electric Ballroom in Camden in London on September the 4th. And you're also playing in Glasgow at the Classic Grand on the 5th of September. And then following that, you also have a full US tour through September to November. You even have one that's close to me here in Tampa at the State Theatre in St. Petersburg. It's cool.
Yep.
Performing these world tours and things, is it the same girls each night, or do you ever feature like local Suicide Girls in the shows?
It's not local girls, but we do have just because it is like a highly choreographed show. But we do have about 20 different girls that rotate in and out. I mean, the tour is quite a long one. It's, I think, 13 weeks or something, 12, 13 weeks. And so, to have any one person commit to that much time on the road is a lot. So we have, different girls come in and out of the tour.
Okay, cool. What's the theme of this tour?
It's pop culture themed. It's sort of nerd referential. There's a lot of we've got a lot of new numbers that we're really excited for you guys to see and see how everybody reacts. We did a show at Comic-Con where we tried out a bunch of the new ones, and they went over really well. So we're excited to see. Yeah.
Cool. So, how involved are you with the shows? Obviously, being the head of the whole Suicide Girls thing, how much involved are you in the road show?
I come up with the music, the songs that are going to be, and the pair them with the themes. So that's my contribution to the whole shebang is, kind of creating the theme of the number and then, also working on like all the marketing for the tour and the booking and the promotions and all of that. So
all the heavy lifting, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah. All the heavy parts.
Cool. And after this tour, is there anything else coming up, or is it just sort of you're going to take a bit of downtime and think about your next step?
After this tour, then we've got South America, and then in January, and then from there, we've I don't even know what's next after that.
Okay, cool. No, that's cool.
For the rest of this year.
Excellent. No, that's cool. So I've got some questions for yourself. Just a couple of quick fire ones. Just to sort of get to know you and your like music taste and everything like that. So, what's your favorite band of all time?
Oh man, my favorite band of all time. There's so many, but probably the Pixies or Elvis Costello or Ice Cube.
Okay, that's quite a varied bunch there.
It is.
Do you have any favorite new bands at the moment?
I really like. I don't know if you call it a band, but Dej Loaf.
Okay.
And I'm really. What other band? It's a band. So it's so hard to say. Caro Bonito is really good too.
Okay, cool. If the world is ending tomorrow, what song or album would you want playing at the end?
Oh man, probably David Bowie, right?
Uh-huh.
That seems probably fitting. Or maybe like an Otis Redding song.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's my answer.
Okay, cool. And finally, I normally put out that I'm interviewing certain people and I ask people for questions. Most of them we've already covered. I already had down as what people wanted to know, stuff about the tour and everything. But I did get a lot of people saying they wanted to say thank you to you for creating this platform for expression, confidence, and beauty that isn't, like you said, just the run-of-the-mill bombshell number 4,937, or it being like explicit in nature, like it's not just like full on hardcore. So yeah, I got quite a few women and men just saying thank you for that platform.
Oh, that's so nice.
Just to keep it up, keep it going, so.
I will indeed.
Cool. Well, I'm going to say thank you to you, Missy. I want you to have a great day because, like I said, I know it's early for you. Good luck to your crew on the forthcoming tour. If anyone wants to check out the tour dates, they can go to suicidegirls.com, blackheartburlesque.com, and also follow you guys on the usual social media outlets: Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, Tumblr, Instagram, Pinterest,
Periscope. We got them all.
Yeah, you got them all. So, just search them out. Suicide Girls, and check out their tour.
Thank you.
So there we have it, another DJ Force X podcast. I want to send out a special thank you to Missy Suicide for doing this interview with me. She had to get up a bit early over on the West Coast for this one, but ever grateful that I am. But yeah, go check them out. We've got the websites. You've got SuicideGirls.com. You've got BlackHeartBurlesque.com. That's the direct site to the tour dates. Also find them on all the other social networks. Just type in Suicide Girls and you'll find it. They have everything going for it. And yeah, just join the community. Keep it respectful. It'll be awesome. But yeah, check out djforcex.com, which is my website. It's going to go through an update soon. But if you can leave some reviews and some ratings for these shows on iTunes or Stitcher, or even just email me at info at djforcex.com. And yeah, anything, if you're a band as well, or a performer or a comedian or whoever, actor, I want to interview everyone. So yeah, just drop me a line, let me know what you're up to, see if we can fit in an interview at some point. They're usually conducted via Skype. So it's nice and free, just needs an internet connection and a bit of time. But yeah, in the meantime, check out djforcex.com for all the other information of my radio show and everything. So yeah, until then, this is DJ Force X out.